I want you to dream. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, I support that. But I think you need to know that I might not come on the journey. And I'm going to explain why.
I don't need you. Nobody's listening, right? Hi, Andy.
Hello.
I'm so excited to talk with you for an hour, as though no one were listening. The first hour we've spoken, really, in
a
weeks.
Week. It's been a week. Exactly. Or maybe 9 days, 8 days.
Yeah, it's felt like forever.
It's been a long time.
Is anyone out there listening?
Yeah, Stephanie is over on Spotify. She said, OMG, I went to an interactive traveling theater called The Jury Experience,
Ooh.
where the audience is the jury. Our case had so many twists and turns, but the case was about an autonomous vehicle that kills a bicyclist. Such a fun and thought-provoking experience. We talked about it for days.
You paid to do that.
That's
jury duty. You're paying to go do jury duty.
But you know you're going to get a really good case.
That's true. That's what you pay the big bucks for.
This struck me for a couple reasons. One, I think one reason it's striking you is like, oh, someone would do this. Two, the person that thought up this as a business, I'm like, hats off. Like, you really can think of a lot of things to make a buck, right? And I bet this is like a really popular thing. And like,
wow,
they probably
that's so
crush
nice
it.
that you're supportive of that person's idea to do this, because I feel like I'm flinging ideas at you left and right of ways to make a buck.
Yeah.
And you always, without fail, find a reason why it's bad. But you love this. So if I came to you and said, hey, listen, I love our judicial system. I've never felt more alive than those 2 weeks that I was on the jury for the piping company civil lawsuit.
Yeah.
And I think this could take off. It might be hard to scale, but we'll start local. We're not going to grow too big too fast.
Yeah.
And we're going to basically, people are going to pay to do something that everyone tries to get out of doing every minute of every day. But we're going to find a way. And your response is
this a positive or a negative?
Well, it sounds like it's a positive.
For this person, but I'm using you with your excitement about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, this is something you will not shut up talking about. And I know your passion for the jury process runs so deep. I think you got to try and make a go of this.
You're so full of shit.
Okay. Are we really going to, this is not where I thought this was going to go. Do you want to get into this kind of Shark Tanky vibe? Because I have some thoughts on it, actually.
Oh, I'd love to.
But I don't want to take any wind out of your sails.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Okay. You're having this reaction because, as we do on the holiday season, Shark Tank sometimes comes back into our house.
Yes.
So we're watching some Shark Tank yesterday, and
I'm
for
so
you,
inspired by this program.
it is a drug for you. Like, it is insane that we don't just watch reruns of it every night, because the amount of excitement you get, the hit when you're into it, you're like, oh my God, and your wheels start cranking.
I think I was meant to be like an inventor, entrepreneur in a different life. I really do think or maybe I was in a past life or something. It feels like it's in my DNA of like, what's the thing? And also besides that, like, I want to be on Shark Tank. And, you and the kids said, we were saying most of our experiences in podcasting and like, and you were like, well, we should be sharks. Like, we should build a podcast empire, have $1 billion and be sharks. And I'm like, I don't want to be a shark, because I want to go through the approval process and earn it. It's kind of like those people. There's a terrible Reddit where people post pictures of themselves and it's roast me.
Okay.
And like, Reddit is mean. I've been bumbling around some Reddit.
Wait, what is the example? You're not going in for approval. Your fantasy is to go into roast me Reddit and be like, You know what, girl? You actually got it going on.
No. No, I'm saying I actually relate to the people who are putting their pictures up and going, roast me. If they're going to hope that someone's going to be like, you're perfect, there's nothing to roast.
No, those people that are doing that, that's like adjacent to the like powerful CEO that goes and pays the dom to hang bricks off his balls.
Oh.
They want to be like belittled and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So
yeah.
Okay, so you're right. It's not the same thing, but I do want to go into the tank.
Yeah.
And I want to, there was one the other day that was so inspiring, and it was a woman. Oh, it was two women who created a business of blankets for fundraising for schools. And they were like everything the sharks were looking for, okay? They had it all.
Mm-hmm.
They had sales,
Yeah.
huge sales.
Yeah.
Shocking. And that's such a wonderful moment when you think it's going to be a small amount of sales. And then they're like, first year, 3 million, second year, 8 million, third year, 10 million.
Fun. Yes.
What?
And all the sharks are freaking out.
Perking up.
Love it.
Then also that they have no debt and that they've grown small, and they only took a salary last year for the first time when they made $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
They took a salary of $100,000 each. The sharks were like, good for you.
Yeah.
They valuated their company low because they knew a shark would bring so much value beyond just whatever. Yeah. Anyway, I like a lot. It's so thrilling. And I would love to go on there with something that the sharks respect and to just crush it and get a deal.
Great. Okay. Now, can I take a little wind out of your sails? But I'm just going to be real. And
it's what you do, and it's what I'm used to, and it's the cross I bear in this lifetime, I guess. Like, you as my partner, you bring me down to earth a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good thing in most ways. But I also, I think there's a middle ground where we could meet at.
Great. I want you to dream. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, I support that. But I think you need to know that I might not come on the journey. And I'm going to explain why.
I don't fucking need you.
Okay, great. That's a big relief,
well,
actually.
I might, depending on what it is.
It's a big relief.
I might. I will need you a little bit.
I'm at the place in my life.
As a favor.
Okay. I'm at the place in my life where my dream scenario would be to figure out, a way to make a consistent amount of money, right? And to also have time to pursue other things, right? And my dream of all dreams is that you and me could retire when we're like 60 and live in a little French countryside, and literally all I do all day long is make art of some sort, okay?
Oh,
that is
that's
my
so beautiful.
Ultimate dream.
I'm kind of envious of you of knowing what that is and what that looks like. And that actually is scientifically proven to make it more likely to come true.
Great. Here is why I think I start getting uncomfortable when you're rattling off all of these Shark Tank ideas.
I might have 7 more chapters in my life, and they don't align with French countryside.
No, it's not that. And you're so earnest about the ideas, and they're coming zing, 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 zang, and you're so serious. And if I poke any holes, I can see them deflating you.
Yeah.
This is what I understand, and this is how I feel. And this is not, maybe I'm not right, but there is one thing, especially in Shark Tank, that 99% of the founders have for their businesses.
Cock and balls.
Exactly. No. It is a passion for the thing and I'm going to get this thing done no matter what it takes because I believe in the thing so much, right? Mm-hmm. And I sometimes when you say these ideas, it's not that I'm poo-pooing the ideas, but if I zoom out and go, the amount of work you would have to put in that idea and believe in that idea, and just the hours and hours, that it doesn't interest me at all, zero, because I know how much hard work it takes to get stuff done.
Okay,
right?
So My fatal flaw the
Okay.
other night, as we were watching this, and I was so inspired, and I was thinking, we do have like podcasting experience. That's an arena where I could say, I think that we could be authorities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this because I don't think it's an idea that's coming to fruition. Now, I agree with you that it needs to be something that you're so passionate about, you can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
For me, a real test of it is like when I go on my walks, am I like ruminating about it just naturally?
Mm-hmm.
And if not, it's probably not sticking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that way about like shows I want to pitch or books or
Yes.
whatever, any creative idea.
Love it.
The idea being, and this is on my mind because the New Year's is right around the corner. In fact, when this drops, it will be New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve. And so every New Year's Day, we as a family record a podcast.
Yes.
That is just for us. We don't put it out. And it's kind of like a little time capsule of where we were in our lives. And I also love having our kids' voices over time and
Yes.
what their interests are and what their personalities are like at that time. So I think that's really special.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think if I were to go on Shark Tank and be like, I lost my parents when I was 19, I don't have barely anything of them. I got nothing. Sharks. They're going to get teary.
Mm-hmm.
And this is true. I don't have barely any video of my parents. I have a little bit of audio, which is
What audio do you have?
well, I really only have the audio of my mom when she was like 4.
Whoa.
But I think that's really incredible.
Yeah.
But like, I really don't have video. It's really sad.
Yeah.
So,
But this isn't a video idea.
this is this is audio.
Because that idea already exists.
But knowing that I want to make these memory capsules in an easy way for our kids and have conversations. Now, as I'm saying, I see a few flaws. Like, why don't you just video these? Sit down and videotape a conversation with your fucking kid. But anyway, I was thinking, like, what if there's something to that? These things, like that thing you got your dad that he unfortunately didn't do, which was like a book and they fill out a chapter.
Very cool. Yeah.
I was thinking of something where it's a website. It would send prompts to people and they would just record and upload it. And at the end of 12 months, they have done 12 talking prompts. And
it's very similar to the book idea, except record the voice. No, I'm not saying that as a dig.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I think that knowing there could be different prompts for different people. If you want to do this for your kid,
just
different prompts,
right,
like,
just like the book one where
I think it's a really good idea, actually, as I'm talking it out.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work, though, and I don't know that I'm passionate about it as passionate. Maybe I am.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Whatever. Long story short, my fatal flaw was saying we when I'm pitching this idea. I didn't know yet about your 60-year-old making art in the France countryside.
Yeah.
Now knowing that, I see how it could be a little scary thinking, oh, I'm going to get roped into another fucking thing.
Yeah.
One of Elizabeth's cockamamie.
Yeah.
Whereas this needs to be something that I'm going for alone. Now, that's not to say you wouldn't help me out making some cool graphics or like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the distinction. I'm down to help you within reason on these ventures. But for example, that idea, I think that's a really sweet idea. I have zero desire to work on that idea at all. I'm like, that's not how I want to spend my time, to have to figure out this huge mountain to climb to make that happen. Oh, we got to find someone to make an app, but it should also work as a website on the computer. Is there technology? People are going to be mad. We're just going to have to be a customer support team. All of that stuff.
I love I love that literally the third thought you have about anything is people are going to be mad.
Well, but all of that
stuff. Why are they mad?
Because it doesn't work or they can't get it right.
Why doesn't it work?
The audio doesn't sound right. I mean, there are so many potential pitfalls. But what I'm just saying is, like, I know now in my life, I have no desire to work on something like that.
Cool.
But I guess as long as we're clear about that, maybe it will allow me to be a little bit more supportive of your ideas, as if there's clarity that I don't have to be like the 50-50 partner on the venture.
I don't even want you to be. I just want you to be doing me favors and stuff.
I love doing you favors.
And also maybe this would be something that I would build it in a way and I could feel smug about it because it could be a kind of...
No, but you're getting wrong.
Hang on. It could be kind of an I told you so. And also, you could be proud of me.
I would be. Here it is. I would be proud of you.
That would feel nice for you to feel proud of me.
I will be proud of you. And it shouldn't be an I told you so moment. If you're already like fast forwarding to the moment where you're on Shark Tank and who's your favorite shark? Who do you want to invest?
Well, so many have such great qualities. But...
Can you name any of the sharks that are still on the show besides
Barbara, Robert, great, Mr. Okay. Wonderful, Lori?
Great. Who do you want?
Gosh, I really don't know. I mean, I love any of them.
Okay. But I don't want you in that moment to be like, the win is like, yes, I got the money and I get to tell Andy he fucking didn't believe in me. It's not that I don't believe in you.
Well, do you know that it can sometimes feel that way?
But that's why this is a moment of clarity I think we're both having right now. If you know that I have no interest in any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then it gives you permission to keep dreaming and me to just be supportive, knowing that I'm not getting roped into it.
Okay, that's great. Because when I'm throwing these ideas out, I'm actually wanting you to brainstorm with me as my partner, not my business partner, as my partner.
That's dangerous though, too.
Why?
The brainstorming
We've done
for
that
me
all the time. I mean, you have had no part in my writing career.
And that's great.
Yet, you definitely are the first person I run ideas by. And we've talked about how problematic it is that your opinion means so much to me.
Well, right. Maybe. But, yeah. Okay. But anyways, I just have clarity on, I don't see myself. It would have to be such a wild thing for me to like decide to put all of my time to a new thing.
I get it. Listen, you're turning 47 in a few months. You're starting to wind down. You got
Well, you're just starting to hit your stride, but you understand.
I'm just I haven't even gotten started yet. I'm like, dream a little dream. I am very inspired by Julia Child, who
the chef. French chef?
I'm reading her memoir.
Not French. She was American, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Julia Child.
Exactly. I love these little libraries everywhere because you stumble on finds that are exciting and like you never would have been like, ooh, I want to read that.
You found that in a little library?
Yeah.
We were talking about that. I went on a walk with the kids yesterday. Mm-hmm. We found what our son said was a little library, but it was definitely not an official little library. But the kids were like, could we make one near our house? Could we just make it? And I was like, no, you got to apply for it, I assume, because you become a part of the network. They're all online. It's all a thing.
This is so wild to me. When you just said the word official, I go, what makes it official? We could 100% make a little library.
I think you have to ask at least.
No, you don't. You build the thing, you put it up there. Then I guess if you want to apply and be a network, but it's really just a neighborhood thing. Like,
it's a national thing.
Well, I know, but it's...
I'm not saying it's not possible. It is probably an easy thing, but you can't... If you're just making one and you're not notifying the community, you got the wrong mindset.
Yeah, guess what? Say that. It takes 2 texts to notify the community. Hey guys, our little library's up. Put a picture up. It looks so cute. It's like a version of our house, but it's little.
Yeah, that's good.
Done. And then if you want to like get onto some national network, that's fine. But like you're thinking it's a very local, small town thing.
Is there a potential? We know where there's some little libraries are around us.
Yeah.
Is there maybe a radius that you can't have a little library?
No, you could have little libraries. No. I don't think so.
Okay.
Now, I think it would be a little obnoxious if your next door neighbors.
Yes.
That would
be. You don't need to try to big dick your next door neighbor with a bigger little library.
Yeah. No.
That gets into some shit. That's fun.
Yeah, so I think that would be fun to have a little library out in front of our house.
Wait, that's a really, will you remember that for like the sitcom that you work on down the road or
Sure,
something?
sure, sure.
That's a fun little one-upsmanship. Everyone does the holiday lights or the decorations,
Yeah.
but a little
No one's doing a little
library.
library.
Nobody's talking about
They're
little
putting
libraries.
additions on their little libraries. Like,
Okay.
that's really funny.
But Julia Child, anyways, I interrupted you.
Oh, you know, first of all, you would find her very inspiring as well. She and her husband moved to France, late 30s, early 40s. And I think back then, like getting married, she got married a little later in life, kind of found her passion. I mean, she really reminds me of you, and that it's about following your passion. It's about doing it right. It's not about the quick money grab. Like, I'm always looking for ways to wheel and deal. And you're like, follow your passion. And right now your passion is to kind of wind it down.
My passion is slowing down.
But her thing, it wasn't even her idea. Two friends of hers brought her this cookbook they'd been writing about French cuisine.
She didn't start in the cookbook game until her
in
30s?
her 40s.
Stop it.
She was, I think, mid-40s when her first cookbook came out. And it was because
She was like the Paula Deen of her time without the racism, hopefully.
yeah, yes. And actually, she did a lot of good. This book, it's not like particularly, it's a kind of rambling memoir, and it was written by her in tandem with her her grandnephew.
Who thought he could be a writer, but
No,
obviously...
he's a writer, and
Oh,
she
okay.
was like 90.
Then why bring it up?
Well, she was like 92 when she wrote this, reflecting on this time. Some of it feels just really meandering and stuff, but I don't know if you know this, but they worked in government.
Yeah, she was a CIA agent.
So her political views were really interesting also, because some of the stuff she finds so appalling, which I'm sure down the road there will be more appalling stuff, but within their government agencies, I'm like, girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. But it also is a good reminder of like, check your outrage, because I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I really, really admire her because she got a late start. She kind of took over this book because it had to be done.
So friends come to her, I need your assistance.
Yeah.
I need a favor, if you will.
Yes.
To make a cookbook.
Yeah. And she is so meticulous. Also, we take for granted how easy it is to find information, to write. Making this book was such a huge, laborious thing. She tested every recipe.
Why did they come to her in the first place?
She had, like, in Paris, gotten into the culinary scene, taking cooking classes, but just for being a home cook, which was very unusual.
Okay.
And she became so passionate about it that they started hosting dinner parties, and then they joined these, like, culinary groups.
Okay.
And they were writing this for the American cook, and they needed someone with more American experience.
Were the friends Frenchies or no?
One was and one wasn't. One kind of ended up being more of a consultant and not really participating that much because her life got in the way. And I think when Julia stepped in, it then became, let's take this seriously. We need to test every recipe. Back then, like, you can't just look up and go, do they have this kind of butter in America? Mm-hmm. It was like a massive undertaking. It took them 8 years.
To make the cookbook?
Yes.
And did that become one of her famous cookbooks?
Yes, it was her first. It was
the one?
Mastering the Art of French Cooking.
Which that's like a legendary one, or
yes.
Is that not her legendary one?
Yeah, that's the legendary, like the one that put her on the map. So I haven't gotten yet to the part where her TV show starts or whatever, but I am inspired by her in that she's like all about doing it right. She's all about being passionate and being like probably annoyingly meticulous about everything.
Yeah.
And taking her time and following her passion. So I really like that. And then also, she grew up in Pasadena. It's funny because they talk about like the politics back then they were super Republican. Pasadena. She was raised in that.
Yeah.
But this area was Republican.
Sure.
And how she was at odds with her dad and he didn't understand, and interesting political dynamic that I feel like people could probably relate to.
When we grew up, that was the era of the Yuppie, right?
Yeah.
And I can remember as a kid people making fun of yuppies. You knew what a yuppie looked like and
Do
whatnot.
you think that came from them going, yup?
No, it's like young, upwardly mobile people or something like that, I think it stands for.
Oh,
Um,
that makes a lot more sense than a farmer with like, yup.
but were yuppies in general, and you might have to give this a googs, were they mostly Republicans? Because this was Reagan era when the yuppie became prominent, right? And you think of like polo shirts, slick looking, rich people.
They were politically split.
Interesting.
Oh, this is so
So it's
funny
more of a
because
cultural movement than a political movement.
identifying as Democrats on social issues, but leaning right on economic issues due to their materialistic and career-focused lifestyle. You know,
Got it.
when I was a teenager living in conservative St. Louis, that was always my line. I'm fiscally conservative. I didn't even fucking know what I was talking about.
Sure.
Obviously, I was regurgitating shit I'd heard.
Yeah.
And I think I've mentioned this so many times, but when I started studying economics in college and being like, oh, fiscally conservative is like just code for I'm a greedy motherfucker.
Sure.
It's not the kind of gymnastics you had to do to think that being fiscally conservative meant back then it was like trickle down economics and stuff that this is for the greater good of everyone.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Interesting.
Anyway.
But yuppies, I was thinking of yuppies because we watched Christmas Vacation, and you have the perfect picture of a yuppie, which is the Julia Louis-Dreyfus character and her husband. And they're like the proto yuppies.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Do you remember our neighbor who moved away probably 5-6 years ago? Do you remember? This is a very funny moment. Like they had lived here forever and ever.
Oh, I know exactly. Yes.
She was getting it was someone's birthday and they had bought like a massive Costco sized like
birthday cake. Yeah.
Cheesecake. She came out with it like half eaten and goes, "You yuppies like cheesecake?"
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Anyway, very inspired by that. And also, listen, we give each other a hard time, but I do think that there's real truth to what you say about you have to be so passionate and so caring about the thing that you're doing. And that's something I'm kind of stepping into more in my mid-40s now than I did before. Because before it was like, I'm climbing the ladder. I'll take any job that comes along. I've been so lucky to work in jobs that I've loved, but I can only imagine being in a like writer's room for something you don't care about would just suck your soul, you know, or creating a company about something you don't care about or, you know, whatever.
I heard someone, I wish maybe this was just on Shark Tank, but there is
all we've been doing is watching Shark Tank.
No, that there is a, no, it wasn't Shark Tank. It was something else. Fuck, it doesn't matter what it was. But they were talking about like Silicon Valley has become such a place where it's like, I'm going to start my startup and the end goal is to be like bought out, right?
Yes.
And like sell the company.
Right.
But that doesn't work. Like all these huge, crazy unicorn companies that do that.
Yeah.
The person behind them was a fucking lunatic that all they cared about was this idea.
Right.
Right. They didn't start off going like,
I'm going to
make
sell
Uber so I can sell it. That wasn't it. That dude fucking wanted to make Uber, right?
Right.
And that like, yeah, there's almost a problem mindset with this generation of like, the thing that gets everyone fired up is like the money selling part where it's like, no, you have to be fired up about the thing.
Well, it's almost like it reminds me of, this was 16, 17 years ago, but when we first moved to LA, coming from New York and UCB there, and New York was so experimental. There was no oversight. There was no...
Oh, right. Yeah.
There was no path to success from doing UCB. It was just really like you're fucking around and you're passionate about it. It was not a place that you thought I can get my start here. It was just like, I guess I'm here and I love it and it's, you know, fun and fucked up and I'm going to do it. It's not even fucked up for some people. But anyway, UCB then became it was a path to success because people started
that
coming
were getting
out
on
of it
SNL
and getting
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, then UCBLA opened, and one of my this is not true across the board. There are plenty of uber talented people that came out of UCLA. But I think it was interesting. My friend taught a class, and in the beginning of class in New York, she would say, like, what's your biggest dream? There's something about, like, they were building off of dreams. And in New York, it was to, like, make a living being funny or to perform or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And in LA, it was to be famous.
Yeah.
And it's like the people who I think ultimately are successful. Now, maybe this is not true. There are influencers and stuff, but like, I feel like it's pretty well documented now how fame fucks people up. But
yeah.
There's so many people who are famous who wish they could just have the creative element of it and not the fame coming along for it. But anyway, it's kind of interesting. You're right. It's like a weird mindset that goes into things. Your mindset is like, for me, it's not even about the money. Honestly, it's like I could go on Shark Tank and get the deal and then be like, okay, mission accomplished.
Well, that's the other crazy thing.
I just
that's
want like approval.
I know. And that's also why you're also like, yeah, and I want to be able to, I told you so to Andy. Like, it's
Not
all of
really.
that. No, but it
mean,
is. But that moment in time,
Yeah.
the like score big moment is more important to you than like, I fucking created a company that like keeps going and going, you know? Yeah. Which is fine.
God. God.
Well, do you want to talk about like resolutions and stuff, or should we wait on that?
Let's do that next week. And we will have, we hope, because this is being recorded.
Oh my God.
Before we have our New Year's Eve live stream on patreon.com/nobody's listening right, which will have taken place last night if you're listening to this on the 31st.
Now, last episode, I think I edited it out. Full disclosure, last episode, I edited it in my like throes of COVID. I was
you were very, very
super sick.
Yeah.
And I did realize that I needed to edit out, I think, the part where we were talking about the holiday happy hour that we ended up having to cancel.
Because you were so sick.
Because I was so sick. So I did edit that out because we had kind of referred to it as we're referring right now to the holiday happy hour rescheduled New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I want to go in depth on resolutions there, and then next week we can maybe touch on them. But
great.
I actually like even you talking about your like vision for your life.
Yeah.
And what you're hoping for now.
Yeah.
Is inspiring and like interesting to me. Now what
I'm so glad. But I am glad actually, because I love that.
Now, last year, this is one thing I feel like I can say is my resolution was to get messy.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I did in a lot of ways.
Uh-huh.
Meaning my life had no structure or like this year felt like it was a mess.
Yeah.
It was just throwing spaghetti at the wall and getting through it. And it worked. You know, I was thinking the other day that this holiday season, as chaotic as it was, and you weren't really with us, you were sequestered.
Yeah.
One night you mentioned that there was a lot of crying happening behind the other side of the door because me and the kids kind of had a hard time getting through it, and I was snapping at people, and it was hard, as one of our children said, to feel jolly.
Okay, let's pause for a second since we're here to be clear. You're talking about when I had COVID, I sequestered in the bedroom. I'd also been out of town right before that, so I'm like disconnected from the family, which is very hard. You did an incredible job keeping the ship buoyant and like going. And I was so proud to hear how you were on the other side of the door and you took such good care of me.
Oh,
I want you to know that I'm sure there were hard bits. And I did hear one crying section, which maybe you're referring to. But for the most part, you knocked it out of the park.
Thank
and I'm
you
so
so
appreciative of you. And I'm also proud of us.
Knock on wood.
Knock wood. I think in a lot of families, someone gets COVID and then the whole fucking family, it's a roller coaster of COVID.
Of course.
We did great and we had reason to try to do great because we're going to go on a little trip soon.
Yeah.
And like, that was my nightmare. When I found out I got COVID, I was so bummed because one, I was like, great, now I'm going to give it to someone that's going to have these symptoms on Christmas Day, which is horrible. And then I'm fast forwarding and then it's going to fuck up our trip. So I was I felt so bad.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, listen, that does happen, and
It happens all the time to people.
easily, I mean, I'm surprised it didn't happen to us, but we did really sequester you, and we wash hands, and one thing that we did this time that you suggested that I'm like, we should always do this, is we have our own tubes of toothpaste, because when you put it on your toothbrush, inevitably you're touching your bristles.
Yeah.
And so that's something I want to implement just moving forward.
When someone's sick.
Yeah. Or just always. Like, why do we share a tube of toothpaste?
Oh, is this a moment where you're saying you and me now have our own toothpaste?
Correct.
For like just straight up?
Yes.
I'm here for that, for sure. How are we going to know? Because I don't think I'm going to switch brands.
I'm not either. We'll put an E. It's very hard to, I mean, it's not, I'm being facetious. We'll write an E on the cap of one and an A on the cap of the other.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, last year it was get messy. And this year I'm looking forward to much more structure. And that's all I'll say with resolutions. I haven't decided what my kind of phrase is yet.
But that's still like a little sneak peek, sort of.
Sneak peek.
Wow.
I want to talk about structure from my body that I had removed recently.
Please.
Which was, I went for my mole removal. Okay, now I went for, I like to have an annual mole check, which, you know, they scan your body head to toe. They're supposed to. And see if anything's funky. And obviously important given your dad died from melanoma
Now
this
my
year.
doctor said I have to go twice a year.
Yes, which is, I'm so grateful for. And you had a cancer removed from your nose.
Yeah.
So I went to a different doctor at the same practice that I usually go to with my dermatologist.
How did you get in with the new one?
I just asked around the state, is there doctor this or doctor that available? And they said, doctor that's available. I said, great, because I actually wanted to start going to doctor that.
I think that's who my doctor wants me to see.
Yes.
Say it and I'll bleep it. Yes.
So this practice is in Beverly Hills. It's on Rodeo Drive.
It's a little annoying. It's a lot of annoying.
It's very annoying to get to. Then you have to deal with, now I'm in Beverly Hills, and which most doctors are here for some reason. And, but they're seeing a lot of people who are going in for cosmetic stuff. More so, I would say, than like real just skin stuff. But they also see real skin stuff too. And
they're really good at that, but there's a lot of vain people in
There's
Los
a lot
Angeles.
of also selling you on... Or
do you feel pressure for that
Not
there?
from the doctors, but from the actual practice. When you sit inside, there's a TV screen and it's like, blah, 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 laser. And before and afters are all around you. And you start going, oh, shit, do I need to XYZ?
Yeah.
And so it's just so much work.
Yeah.
Is the other thing. It's so much upkeep. But anyway, I go in to see this doctor. I'm excited because I hear he's the best. And first of all, the woman I think was new who like brought me into the room. She didn't quite know how to operate the chair. The like paper they put on the chair was all cattywampus.
Oh, no.
And then she gave me a robe and I said, okay, should I have it open front or back? And she said, it doesn't,
open front, please.
It doesn't really matter because he's going to check all over. And I was like, okay. So,
well, no, there's a way for it though, lady.
Yeah. So I have it open front, but I'm kind of sitting there awkwardly. And the way she put the chair was very awkward to get onto. Like she was like, I want you to be comfortable, but it was like lying down. So I had to. So the doctor comes in and like doesn't make eye contact. I mean, speaking of someone who, I don't know what his bedside manner is wild.
Older gentleman?
Not hard to tell. I mean, not even that old. I don't think, probably 50s.
Really?
Not super old. And has definitely like not had work done in a way that I find off-putting in older men. Not to be judgmental. Listen, it's your meat sack. Do what you want. But has had lasers and stuff. So his face skin looks like soft.
Okay.
And good.
Yeah.
But hard to nail down.
Interesting.
And like tall and kind of gruff, but still calm and kind. But like he's there to do the job.
Yeah.
But he's so silent. And he's like, okay, how's what are we here for? And I was like, oh, just a mole check. And I have a few questions about things. Like,
Yeah.
I have this like red dot under one of my breasts, which it's off. It's like a little uncomfortable to even just like lead with that. There was no like, hi, it's nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like sitting there.
Yeah.
And it was all just like, okay. And he just like launches, and then I need to have this mole removed on my back.
Okay.
And he just launches into like looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I don't even know how to describe, like, I am a specimen in a lab that
Okay.
he's looking at and kind of like, what am I doing? Am I in
Yeah.
the right position? And I was like, do I need to stand?
Yeah.
He's like, eventually.
Whoa.
And I was like, okay. And then he didn't even check, like my other doctor would check kind of under my underwear and under my socks and all these places. And he just kind of like looked me over and was like, everything looks good. But then I had to get up and basically take off this whole thing. And I'm standing there completely naked with this lady there. It was so awkward. I was like, there's surely a better way to do this where I feel a little less like just completely naked standing there.
She fucking fucked you with the front way, because like when I get them, you have it on in the back, and that gives you so much time, even if you're sitting, that they can get so much work done where you're have the back opened, and then you might have to like lift stuff up or drop stuff. But this seems to put you in a disadvantage where you had to pull it all open. I think. I really do think
I
so.
was literally standing there with it in my arm like it's a beach towel.
This is weird.
And I just felt really, really uncomfortable and really exposed.
Yeah.
And then I put it back on front way, so it's open in the back so he could do my mole. But it was just such a weird experience. It's one of those things where I trust he's an amazing doctor, and he's the one that our doctor recommends if you have something going on, you want him. And he's probably like seeing real stuff and doesn't want to deal with some person who's getting a mole removed. And
I don't think that's true, actually.
Maybe it's fine. It's just part of his day, and I'm just a box to check off.
Yeah.
But it did feel that way.
Okay.
And it brings me to this conversation you and I have had many times about bedside manner. How important is that when push comes to shove? I've mentioned before, between a like regular person and a sociopath, I think I take the sociopath as the surgeon for the life-saving surgery that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Because bedside manner ultimately doesn't matter that much in those situations.
Yeah.
But and hearing, with your dad going to see so many doctors, a lot of the reports back are, he was nice. I liked him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
who cares?
Who cares if he's nice?
Yeah. I wonder, though, did you feel, though, that you were in competent hands? Because I'm like, maybe I'm not going to switch because this doesn't sound that great. I might just stick with the person I go to at that same spot because this doesn't sound like a great experience. It doesn't sound like you were like, oh, and he was so thorough, like, and knew what he was doing.
I do. It's weird. I do think you should switch. And part of that's because I think that on your nose surgeries, like, there wasn't specific, and I don't know that he would give it actually, but like for healing and stuff, it's your nose, and I can see a little scar on your nose from that, and I feel like they could have done a better job of whatever it is.
Sure, yeah.
So I think you should go see him, and I'm just curious to see what you have to report back.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry though, that sounds like a shitty experience.
Yeah, I don't even know why I brought it up.
Probably because it was no fun.
I just hadn't told you about it.
Speaking of things that I haven't told you about, big update. When I had COVID, I watched Big, and you and I talked about Big a few weeks ago.
You did? Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I was just looking for something like nothing
That's
to watch.
when you do it. That's when you do it.
And I was like, oh, maybe Big. And you and I were speculating, I think on a previous episode, about, you were like, it's pretty inappropriate. And I was like, oh, no, it's fine. We looked it up. Penny Marshall directed it and whatnot. You were way more correct than I was. They fuck in that movie. Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yes, they fuck in that movie in Big. They don't show it.
Tom Hanks?
Yeah, but they show they show her taking her top off, and you see him seeing,
As a 13-year-old boy through the eyes of a...
yeah, and you see him slowly putting his hand up like, oh my God, a breast, and you see him like touch the breast. But then it cuts to the next morning, and they show him like at work kicking his heels up. He got laid. But I didn't even remember that. Like,
Wow.
and it is
Fucked up.
It is pretty weird. And especially how the lady, when she finally figures it out that like he's a kid, she's not creeped out enough. She needs they didn't sell that enough. There was a different way
Yeah.
to do that, I think.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad. There's so many movies that we watched. You know, I didn't realize that Love Actually was rated R, but I thought, okay, the kids are maybe old enough to...
Oh, not quite, huh?
Well, definitely not. But I was more thinking about all the problematic things, and I said to them, I think you could watch this film, but it's going to require us to have some conversations as we go, and maybe that's a good thing to kind of show how time has changed views. For example, this whole thing about the prime minister or someone else referring to this woman who works for him as the chubby one. Like talking about women's weight in that way.
Yeah.
Also, the dynamics of dating someone that you're their superior to the tune of you're the prime minister and is someone who works for you. The whole like cheating storyline.
Yeah.
The storyline where the friend is secretly in love with his best friend's wife.
And then has the need to tell her.
And then tells her, and also like the way he dealt with it before that is by treating her like shit. But we're supposed to wrap this up in a bow of how romantic it is. So as I'm talking through all of these things, I start to go like, this is a horrible movie.
A lot of people think
like
that.
Horrible.
It's fun, though.
It is fun.
I like it.
They're like such cute moments in it. But finding films that we loved like that don't have problems is tough.
It's because they're presented almost like they're non-problematic. If you're making a commentary on all that stuff, great. And you can do that in any time frame. But in Big, I don't know if Big's problematic. It's just a wild choice, and it's kind of gross.
Well, it is problematic.
But it is Tom Hanks, though, in it. Like, it is...
Well, Tom Hanks is a salve for pedophilia. I mean, let's say it here first. If you're going to have...
They don't show it, at least, but they do imply it.
Andy.
Now, do you think kissing is wrong?
Yes, Andy.
Yeah.
Do you think kissing a 13-year-old is wrong?
Yes. Yes, but this is a 13-year-old that's like in a 30-year-old's body, and no one knows that.
So... You're absolutely right that the way it would have been okay-ish, not really, is to have her, like, you know.
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. What do you mean?
Be so repulsed to find out.
She starts barfing right then. Yes.
Yes. Or like.
Yes.
And like is so, I mean, honestly.
Because now I don't know if she's like.
The truth is you're in turmoil for the rest of your life.
There you go. That's like, the sequel.
It's not.
She's fucked from this.
Yes.
It really fucks her up.
Fucked up. Also, you know, the kid then grows up and is like, that was fucked up.
He's only into older women now.
Anyway, it's
right?
just, it's problematic.
Holy shit, if they made a sequel to it now. That was like this, like that was like going for an Oscar, like drama style.
Yeah. Every time he sees a piano, it's triggering for him.
And it's Tom Hanks. And what is she doing right now? She's the actress. That would be powerful stuff. They love franchises in this town.
Yeah, they do.
Could you pitch that movie? Like, here it is. It's big, but it's big sequel. Too. The same actors, but it's like...
Is it called not, Bigger?
Bigger? Or Still Big?
No.
It has to have some sort of like, oh, this is going to be heavy. Oh, big, parentheses, it gets heavy.
Big, it gets heavy.
Things get heavy.
Big and heavy.
Yeah.
Well, going back to what we were talking about in the beginning, I don't know if it's my passion.
Oh. Okay. I understand.
If that's your passion, you could write a film.
Wow, what a turn of events that would be if I got big, it's heavy off the ground.
That would be amazing.
You don't know what life's going to be.
Well, this is where I'm at. You really don't. And I love that you have a vision, and I love that vision, and I'd like to be right there next to you in that barn. I'm seeing a barn, like a cool decked out barn in the French countryside.
Just to be clear, I don't want you next to me in the barn, like during the day. Like there's some solo time in there.
Oh.
You think we're quietly like just in each other's space the whole time?
Well, speaking of space, I mean, that was something that was very hard for me for 10 days straight.
Not having a space.
I guess I had space while you were gone a little bit, but to literally, because we don't have a guest bedroom or office for me to be in.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on the couch. I was in our collective space nonstop.
Yeah.
And it really drove home how important it is for me to have my own space and time. I need it to function. Yeah. So I respect that. And
I think it's like you have
maybe I have my own barn.
And I have like the workshop. One's called like the workshop, and then yours is called something else. And then like we meet in the like courtyard and have our, I don't know what I'll be drinking those days, but you know, we have like a pastry and stuff.
Oh, I love that. By the way, you didn't drink really at all this holiday season. You had maybe 2 drinks at two different parties.
Yeah.
I have never drunk so little during the holidays as I did. I had a drink or 2 at parties, but actually during this week, I probably had 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And yet I feel so pickled. I mean, I felt so crusty getting ready for this podcast. I was
Why
like,
do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't feel great. I think I need to like do some sort of, reset with food, and I don't know. I usually chalk it up to alcohol, but I really haven't had that much to drink.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
Great.
Glad we're going to an all-inclusive resort.
I can't wait.
The thing I'm so excited about.
Yeah.
And I know I sound like I'm complaining. By the way, so many moments of just sheer joy and gratitude. I don't want it to sound like this was just a slog. There was so much happiness over the last week. And
I think we gave the kids a good Christmas too.
I think we gave the kids a good Christmas. Adorable. I was so grateful. I mean, there's so many laughs also, and being with them has been so much fun.
Yeah. So
I just don't want it to come across like it's just a big complaint. It was just not the...
No, I had COVID. It was a COVID Christmas.
I'm really excited to not have to cook.
Oh, yeah.
For a couple days.
Yeah, I do want to warn you. The trip's going to be fast. It's going to wish like we had done a longer trip.
Yeah.
It really is. I was in Boise visiting my mom for 3 nights.
It was 3 nights?
Yeah, and that was bing, bang, boom. That happens fast.
Oh, boy, it's going to be too fast.
It's going to be too fast, but it's going to be great for us.
Something in writing, because I was listening to Elizabeth Gilbert on a podcast, her book, Big Magic, I find a lot of inspiration in. But her whole thing, and I think she cited Hemingway was like this, but was you set a timer for an hour, you do the work, and you finish mid-sentence. You walk away.
Oh, when the timer's done?
When the timer's done.
Pencil's
and
down.
That way, when you come back to it, like you're launching and finishing the sentence that you already had in your mind. That's cool. And so maybe this trip will feel like that, where
we're just getting something started.
Yes.
That will need to be finished later.
Yes.
Okay. That's a great way of looking at it.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And
good night.
Good night.